in the valley of the shadows, land of the scorpion. Stung by the darkness, swimming in all the poison. I need some angel music, so damn hot down here. I need some angel music, so to wash away the fear. Come with some angel music, so damn hot down here. I need some angel music, so to wash away the fear. Holy, unseen, I plead, show me some mercy. Grandma, come on down here and sing your prayer with me. Cause I can shine like a raven if I get a little bit of sun. With a little bit of light, just a little bit of sun. I can shine like a raven if I get a little bit of sun. With a little bit of light, I can shine like a raven. I can shine like a raven. I can shine like a raven in the land of the shadows, the valley of the scorpion. Stung by the darkness, swimming in out the poison. I need some angel music. I need some angel music. I want some angel music. The song to wash away the fear. Holy, unseen, I play. Show me some mercy. Grandpa, come on down here and sing your prayer with me. Cause I can shine like a raven with a little bit of sun, a little bit of light, just a little bit of sun. Black feather glisten, just a little bit of light, a little bit of sun. I can shine like a raven, shine like a raven. Black feather glisten. Pull me up from the Snake River. I want to be one. Pull me up from the Snake River. I want to know freedom.
I hear Ryan in the background.
Cool.
Ryan, what are you saying, sir? I'm learning how to spell gray properly.
What the hell is that? Bombare? I think it's Bombare. Bombare.
Bombare. So gray, the color gray spelled with an A. The one that's spelled with E, is that a name, I think?
Yeah, like Jeff Gray. Yeah.
Doesn't describe a color or a species.
Gray is the color.
Yeah.
Oh, Gray would be the species. So if you were talking about in a slang term, like if somebody was a blue, what would you say? A blue, if it was a gray or a red or a,
What would I say?
They call me Gila.
I can see this. I don't think they've ever found a alien skeleton, although they had an autopsy. Supposedly Roswell.
They
That
found some gelatin. Yeah, I get
that
it.
was real. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
just like
they had to cover up whatever happened up there in the hills, and was it New Mexico, right?
Yeah,
it was-
Roswell.
Roswell. Yeah, there wasn't. I seriously, they found a weather balloon, right? That was the official narrative.
Yeah,
There's a weather balloon
it
up
was a
there.
parachute.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it became this terrific folklore of this alien aircraft.
they actually captured a satellite, and they didn't want anybody to find out the satellite.
Yeah,
Made up the story. That's probably what it was.
exactly. They didn't want anybody to know, so they were like, "Oh, here, let's make up this bullshit
You guys
story."
believe it's alien spaceships, then go ahead and believe it.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not worried about what we're doing on the side, it's all good.
Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, there's nothing to see here. Move along.
That's
No,
all.
heartbreaking.
And you know, by doing that, that would get everybody's attention to keep checking it out and checking it out, checking it out. It created the folklore. They actually created their own.
Oh yeah, they were
legend.
They used to watch all those scary shows about aliens that would kidnap people and stuff, and
In search of.
all that stupid shit.
In search of unsolved mysteries. Elliot Ness.
At night, I used to watch In Search of, and it was hosted by Leonard Nimoy. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one with the guy who played Elliot Ness. You remember that one?
Yeah. Robert Stack.
Robert Stack. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy is believable, dude. I mean, the way he talks, it's sincere.
He was in Airplane. You know the movie Airplane?
He is.
He
Yeah,
was-
he is.
Yeah, he was the captain in Airplane. Striker! Guys yelling at him.
I love that character. He's so stupid but so smart.
I put a JPEG in for Saab earlier, but he didn't use it. It was Saab was saying that the shit's gonna hit the fan. So I went and got the GIF from Airplane where it shows the fan and shows the shit hitting it.
I remember that. Yeah.
And I put it up, and he never looked at it. And I'm like, I can't believe this shit hit the fan.
Yeah, I have an old cartoon. It's got this guy named Harold, and he's leaning over his bed, and he got a fan down on the floor, and he's taking a dump in it. And then it's like Harold wanted to know what would really happen when the shit hit the fan.
Yeah, I used to use the line from Airport all the time. You know, my boss would say something, or somebody would say something, and I'd look at him with a straight face and say, "I picked a hell of a week to quit sniffing glue."
And they look at me, yeah, you're serious. Yeah. I've done that before.
I picked a bad week to quit doing amphetamines.
Jesus.
Picked a bad week to shooting up mainline and heroin.
And then it shows him at the end. He's hanging upside down.
Oh yeah, that was actually.
Sure.
I know his
Yeah.
sister. Yeah, Lloyd Bridges, his sister. I actually, when I was a kid, I got to meet her a couple of
Oh
times.
shit,
Yeah, her name's Pat Bridges. She lives up in the hills of North Carolina. She's got a house up there.
Roger. What's up, Victor?
Yeah. What's your vector, Victor? I don't know. But Striker, snap out of it.
Every time he goes to drink water, he just throws it at his face. He can't put it to his mouth. The fucking Indian guy with the gas can is so he's talking to him.
Yeah.
And pouring the gas on himself.
So I got a video that Jim Adis made for Cubby Bear. I want to play it right quick. I'm not going to play the music. I'll just play the video, but it's called how do you pronounce that? Canopus? Is that a star?
Canopus.
Yeah, Canopus. And some of Jim's work. This is done at 1:30 a.m. East. Hazy temperatures 9 degrees Celsius. Humidity is at 76%. Write that down. We're making an observation.
Observation time.
Mr. Amos. He's got some nice little funky music playing in the background.
How long is it?
I didn't look. It just popped into my feed. Let's see. It's like I'd say 8 minutes. That's pretty long.
Ancient
Ancient Aliens. That guy. They used him for memes for years, dude. The hair.
He should be the guy that does Glover. He should be one of the guys that works for them. He's such a freaky look. And once his hair falls all the way out, he's really going to look funny. All that long ass hair on the side.
It always at the end of every show, the conclusion that it could have been aliens.
Must have been alien.
Must be
Yeah.
aliens.
It has to be ancient.
It's aliens.
I said so. It's aliens. So there's got to
Well,
be.
you guys know where that lore came from. It's the old Aztec and Mayan ruins. They would find these carvings and paintings
Well,
of
you know,
the
technically they're not wrong. Roger, technically they're not wrong because anything that was made outside of this place, which I think the devil and God were created or whatever, however they got here, they came outside of the earth, right? So technically they are aliens to us. So I mean, in a way, he's right, but the truth of it is, we all know that Satan isn't an alien; he's just a being you can't see. Something like that.
I guess.
Roger, hold on. Oh man. Oh, somebody Justin Johnson said, "Got to watch out for those pockets of gravity."
Yeah, they're everywhere, dude.
The other one is
So I was building a compilation of all the fails on the space station where they find pockets of gravity. You know,
Effie Eddie was, because we were talking about airport, said, "I have a drinking problem," then throws water in his face. That was the gimmick that he had. I have a drinking problem. He can't put the glass to his mouth, so he just throws it at himself.
Is that what you put in the back? Wait, would you? Oh,
No,
Yeah,
I'm reading the chat.
that was Brian. How dare you? He thinks he's what Greta Thunberg.
How dare you not recognize what cannabis is? Come on, dude.
Cannabis. It's like cannabis, but it's
Yeah,
It's like,
cannabis.
can of puffs.
There you-
It's a can full of puffs.
at least pretend like you know what you're thinking.
Who did that song here? It's I'm an illegal alien. It had Cheech and Chong in the video.
That was who? Come on.
Who? I don't know.
CC.
CC.
Kill two birds and mute his music, and then can play mine on top of it.
Okay, the one you put in the back.
Yeah,
Is that why you were asking?
yeah. That's why I was asking, because I figured we could kill two birds with one stone. You could play my shit over his.
I don't know if
Video.
I can get it to go over the top of it. I'm trying to think how I can share both.
It's like stock stuff.
If I just play it, it's going to be over on mic. So
No, you should be able to do two at the same time. They're from the same source, so you shouldn't have a problem.
Not Sting.
the failure one is that what you're looking for? I don't. If I can share it at the same
Oh,
time.
Fold like me. Come on. You know
Well, you
who
can't
he is.
just.
Hear that?
You don't have to see it over the picture. You can leave his playing.
That's what I'm playing it now.
Is the volume up? On the,
So it'll let me
There
share
it
that.
is. Okay, all right. Sorry, so it only lets you do one at a time. All right.
That's the way it goes. That's what I was trying to say. I don't think.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jim.
Yeah. He's gonna override your music selection.
Yeah, I thought. Well, when I do the, what do you call it, a screen share or something, I can do that because I'm doing it on an audio on a mixer, so it's the same source.
Skinwalker Ranch. That place doesn't even
Ranch. Yeah, I know where those are actually.
What's
Out
up
in
there,
Arizona, where I was at, there's like tons of like sightings of.
Heron's got a fucking killer little band, man.
Yeah.
I watched
You know-
Heron's video of her playing in some club somewhere.
creepy guy like me to go out and dress up like some monster and then, scare the shit out of a bunch of campers.
Yeah.
And next thing you got a stupid story going around.
But if you look into the lore behind skinwalkers, right? Yeah, you'll find out that what they used to do back in the day when they go into town, they would run and shine and all kinds of other stuff out to the rest. So what they do is they'd have a decoy, and they would have the sheriff chase this guy, and they'd tie a wolf up in a bush, and the guy would jump into the bush, and he would untie the wolf, and
Right.
they thought
And
he would
of course,
change.
that would scare the shit out of the cop, and he'd run and think the guy turned into a wolf.
That's how the story got made.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
It's a Native
That was-
American thing, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, I mean, Native Americans, there's usually symbology involved. It's not usually some dumb story like that, but people will hear the story and turn it into that. So just remember that. It's not always the
Well, like,
aliens.
what's it,
People tell the stupid story about it. But just saying.
There it is. We got it back up. There's Jim's.
Sorry about that.
That's all right there.
I thought you could play multiple videos at the same time. But
This restream. It does what it only has so many options. Now it's got a couple of source things I can do, but I have to set it up pre-show where I can like that.
Who the hell is Josh? When am I doing that? I did that
Yeah,
yesterday.
that's real or not for real. That's Josh.
Oh, you weren't there yesterday when I was doing that. When Josh came in to Sandy's.
Yeah,
I was like,
he's
who the
always-
fuck is Josh? And Josh was like, it's me. And he kept pointing to his own name. It's me over here.
Yeah, it's just Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was asking Jose, I was like, didn't you come on one of our shows one time, Jose? Because of his name, Sagarm. I swear he was on Classic Show or somebody's show. I swear.
Jose, you're talking about Sarge?
No, Sagarm. That's his name. S-H-E and
Yes,
whatever.
it's like, he's never been on Classic.
maybe it's just I've seen him on Sandy's and I don't know. I kept
Did
thinking
you-
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was going to say, did you see that thing with Dave Weiss and
Sam?
him swearing at Sika?
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize that guy's a fucking movie. He was like an Indian movie star. He's
Sika?
in movies.
Yes.
Yeah, I looked his name up, and he did some movie shit in India.
So he's from Bollywood.
So he's an actor. Just like I
He's
said.
Bollywood.
No, I mean, I've never seen anything he did. I just looked his name up, and I was like, the first thing that popped up was him. The
Yeah.
picture. I was like, oh fuck, this guy's an actor in India.
Well, this,
He's
The
an
star-
Indian actor.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself there.
I know.
Jim is in the house. The star's in the house. Yeah, I didn't know that neither. So he was a Bollywood actor, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. I should go look at some of his old films.
So I
Look
tell
his name up on Google, and
Yeah,
you'll see
the
the first
Zika-
thing that pops up is him
That's
acting credits.
Cool. I didn't know that, but he's been an influence in the flat Earth community for a while, from what I can tell.
So who you're paranoid about the AI taking over the world? Because I want to know.
Who is?
Who's really scared?
Oh, I'm not paranoid about it, but I mean, I acknowledge it. I mean, I know what's happening.
What have you seen that would prove to you that a computer could do that by itself without being taught to do it?
Well, no, it has to be programmed. It doesn't do it automatically.
Program it to even be afraid. Then how the fuck do you teach a computer to be afraid of something and then scare it into doing stuff like panicking and killing people? It's so ridiculous.
They're convincing that it's actually alive. That's why it did what
Yeah.
it hopefully did.
But just because you're dumb and you can't tell the difference between a robot talking to you and a real thing doesn't mean that it's really thinking anything, right?
Did you watch Sob's show tonight?
No, I didn't
No,
watch all of
All right. I put a video on Sob's show. Actually, I might still have it.
I'm just curious, like, really aren't, it's just fear mongering, right? There's no truth to it. There's no AI, a real AI. They're just saying that. It's
Are you
just,
sure about
remember when we got close to the year 2000 and they told us all the world was going to come to an end as soon as the clocks all flipped over to 00? The clock wouldn't know what to do. Remember that? And nothing fucking happened. Nobody's computer crashed. Nothing bad happened.
Some people's did.
They told us in the 80s. They said that global warming was going to flood us all by 2020 something. Look at it, 2025. Not a fucking bit of flooding. What the fuck? When are you guys going to learn that this is all just fucking fear mongering bullshit? It's not real.
Some people's computers did crash, but it was the computers
Right.
that were pre-2000 computers.
It would have crashed anyway.
Yeah, they would have crashed anyway. But I mean,
Because they were just outdated, and they're
the
because they
timer
were
can only go to 2000.
80s. Their clock wouldn't go that far because they didn't plan ahead of.
Exactly.
But you would
think
think-
they laugh out.
The fear was with the Y2K thing, Brian. The fear with that was that everybody's clocks were going to get jacked up because the main, the supercomputer they had wasn't.
We can gauge the time of day by the sun. Who gives a fuck, dude?
Yeah, but everything was wired into it like airports.
All the electronic shit is all
But
computer.
we all know that they had to have put that into the plan to where it wouldn't just shut off. Come on. They would have had to have thought of that way
They
ahead
were,
of time.
they were afraid of, man. To be honest, that's what
No, they weren't afraid of nothing. They lied about it. They just made it up, dude. It was probably to distract us from some other shit they were trying to
The
pull.
Russians had some problems too. I remember that day, and that on the same day, the Russians had to shut down a bunch of shit because their computer stuff was probably 20 years behind anything we had, and they all had problems too. I think a power plant and a bunch of places shut down because of the, because of the clock reset.
That they didn't just set that up on purpose just to scare a few people.
all the
to make
automated.
Oh, I'm sure.
They had wired into it. I'm pretty sure they weren't prepared for everything.
Yeah, I'm sure they didn't think anything was going to happen,
Just like when
but
they
when
burned
it did,
here in the Northern California. They just burned the whole town up, and everybody could tell it wasn't a normal fire, but everybody's like,
Yeah, Andrew.
"Oh, no, it was just an accident. It wasn't real." Like, dude, give me a break.
Hey, gentlemen.
What's up,
I'm
Andrew?
only chiming in because in regards to artificial intelligence, I have quite a bit to say on that. And I think a lot of people are taking it out of context, but then a lot of people are also not necessarily understanding it for what it really is. So artificial intelligence has been around for a long time, ever since relays and transistors have existed. So essentially, it is a type of action that once it is set into motion, no longer really requires human interaction anymore unless it starts to fail. I mean, automobiles have been using that same kind of a concept for a long time. But then that's just called artificial intelligence. But then after that, you have artificial general intelligence. And I think that's pretty much the stage we're in right now, where it does take a very vast amount of people and complex algorithms to program something like DeepMind, like the chess program.
Yeah.
And Google purchased that for like $4 billion or something like that from 2 UK software developers. And they've been using it ever since. So and I'll just tell you a little bit about that because I'm a competitive chess player. What they did is they taught this program and they named it Leela. Well, now that's what its name is now. Leela Chess.
Come on.
They just taught it how to play the game. That's it, just the rules. And then let it play against itself for about 4 hours. And it played like some millions amounts of games. And then they had it play
about this.
Yeah, then they had it play against another program called Stockfish. And I don't know where they come up with the names for these different.
Didn't one of the computers play? Didn't Eddie Fisher play one of the computers?
You're talking about Gary Kasparov, and that was in 1990.
Kasparov, that was it.
Yeah, that was in 97. And
Well, he a computer that can read every single move ahead of time. Like, how do you beat that unless you can memorize it all yourself?
Well,
That's
humans
the only
can't beat them anymore.
Yeah, it's impossible. You just can't do it.
And this is actually associated with artificial intelligence, where there's a gentleman named.
it just knows all the answers. If it knows the answers ahead of time, it can. I mean, think about it. It can just keep the processes. If that's all it's feeding you at is the processing speed. So they're going to use that to make you convinced of it by.
Well, they're trying to master chess, and I don't think it's ever going to be mastered, regardless of computer speed or how deep the process goes.
Ask a simple, really, really obvious question. Who gives a fuck about chess?
Well, obviously Andrew does. He's a competitive chess player.
Okay, well, it's the
I'm not trying to
point.
be mean or anything, but it's like it's a stupid board.
I love chess. I learned how to play it when I was a kid.
That important.
He's just using it as an analogy for AI. That's all.
Yes, and yeah, I started playing when I was 8 years old, and I'm almost 43. Anyways, it doesn't really matter about chess specifically. It's about there's another game called Go. I've never played Go. It looks boring as shit, but they trained it how to play that as well, and now no human can beat those artificial intelligence with.
It's not intelligent. All it's doing is computing the answer to how to beat the game.
It taught it so. All they did was teach it the moves, and then it got better and better and better, and it continues to get better.
Of course it can learn. It's just like you can make the Apple IIc do the same thing. You just told it where to flash the code at, and it would write names and all kinds of shit. It would compute, tell you, it would give you the answers to, like you can make it into a calculator. Yeah, it does all that dumb shit.
All right.
Well, I want to give you a definition right quick. What is a computer? By terms, it's an artificial thing. This is telling you that it's an actually intelligent artificial thing that can actually learn something.
Yeah, it's learning from it's looking at the board and it's figuring out every way that it can win. That's what it's doing.
Okay, so the reason I was bringing up, the only reason I joined in was just to talk about this momentarily, and that is because I have watched this a lot of documentaries and presentations from Ray Kurzweil all the way to Ben Goertzel, and Ray Kurzweil actually predicted to the exact year of when computers would be fast enough to the point where humans couldn't beat computers anymore, and he predicted it on the exact date, 25 years ahead of time, and he actually had a piece of information like this, like mathematical. I wouldn't call it an algorithm, but like a formula. And then Ben Goertzel also is, I mean, these two guys are friends, you know, they're not like close acquaintances or anything, but Ben Goertzel is widely considered the foremost expert in regards to machine learning, and they're developing the Sophia robot right now. And you can look at it. There's a lot of videos on it, and the guy looks like he belongs at Burning Man because because he goes to Burning Man. He takes psychedelics all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he has a PhD in computer science and mathematics, and it's like, whoa.
Nice.
The Orgy tent got destroyed at the at Burning Man, the last Burning Man. The
I've
Orgy
never
tent.
been. I don't want to go. It sounds.
Didn't it get hit by like a storm and it blew
Yeah,
away?
crazy
the
storm.
orgy tent?
Last year it flooded. And everybody got sick.
Yeah,
because
it
of
was
that.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, poor baby.
I'm just enjoying this pan, guys. Like all this stuff is refracted over that horizon.
yeah.
We're looking at.
Look at the mirage on the boat. See how it's mirroring it down.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the Earth curve we're looking at, guys.
Across the horizon there, you can see it just waving. You can see it. It's like
Yeah, that's why he
you
does.
see on concrete when you look at when you lay your head on
Just
the concrete.
You're just looking over that top surface of that shitty top surface of the water. It's doing shit. It's reflecting light. It's fucking
You know what?
water's dissipating and steaming off. It's doing all kinds of shit.
The heat
What's
causes
really cool
light
about-
to change, though.
is about his.
I never really thought about that. I never thought that heat would change the light, but it does. It affects it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That's trippy,
And
and I
that-
never really because like that's a big deal.
If he was to take the camera angle right there and go 5 feet up, then that point would change. That dead land point would tilt up. You would tilt yourself up.
It'd be like zooming in or out. It'd be the
You're
same
pushing
thing.
it out. You're pushing that fucking off because you're lifting your angle up.
But it would also give you more distance from the ship, and it would make the ship blurrier and probably cause more.
The cool
higher
thing
level.
about his pans, this furthest flight out of the rig is actually 19 miles.
Wow.
But if you
So-
were looking at it from a 90-degree angle from to your right, like 2 miles away, and looking back this way, you'd see that it's perfectly flat from your left to your right. So I don't know what the big argument is.
Well, that's what he does. He's going 360.
Because of
In
the
other words, he's looking right to left and straight ahead,
Yeah, he's panning it.
panning.
But I'm saying if you were over
Sure.
there, if you were a mile away and looking at it on a 90-degree angle at the same ship from the side, instead of looking at it from that direction, you'd see that it'd be flat from your left to your right. So you know it's not really curving. It just appears to be because
He's only at 50 feet altitude. That's what's from sea level.
Oh, he's that high up?
Yeah,
Well,
I
it
mean,
doesn't matter. I mean,
His field of
you go
vision.
down the water level, and that
Right.
point will come way forward. If you lift yourself up, that point goes further away because you're increasing the angle.
It's just the angle of the
That
vision.
convergence point changes as you.
Right.
lift yourself up.
and your height makes a
You-
difference. But
you
even if
see-
you're right on the water, it doesn't really matter.
Here,
If you're looking
zoom
at
back
it from the
out.
angle,
Pay
you see
attention.
that
He zoomed back out, and you're getting a mirage now. See this?
Yep.
It's all inverted. You see the
Oh yeah,
horizon.
it looks like there's like clouds in the distance when there's not. I see that all the time when I look at the horizon. Like
He did
it's
this on a really humid day. So
yeah, like I live by the ocean, so I see that a lot. The
what you're looking at, that mountain
clouds.
range, and that island is 30 miles away. What you're looking at.
And look at the edge of the water when he stops. Look how it has like a continuous. It almost looks like a 60 hertz, like a screen, like it's refreshing. See how it gives you that kind of wobble on the water because there's stuff going on. Yeah,
Trippy, yeah, and it's like
waves.
the heat
There's,
wave through it, yeah, it kind of gives it that weird
yeah,
flippy thing, like an old.
yeah, like an old TV screen when it refreshes, like a refresh rate.
God, I forget.
But it's,
Canon,
the water is dissipating and light's hitting it, and the water is rippling and moving around. So it's changing it. Even if he turns to the other way, you can still see it. See how it's like waves. It almost looks like a ripple, but it's that shitty surface up right above the water. That was why in the early days when guys were doing these laser experiments, they were too low. And what was happening is the laser was hitting that shit level on the surface of the water, and it was making the laser freak out. And they were like, "Look, it's hitting the curve."
Yeah, it's nonsense.
So that's the problem too. Unless it's really, really cold out, you're gonna get problems.
yeah.
Well,
so
if it's real cold and there's no sun, then that that surface of the water completely changes. Now you don't have that effect.
Drop to the level of the ground, and it allows you to see through all of it. Yeah,
Yep.
very much.
When the tide goes up and down, that level, that shit level on top of the water goes with it. So as the tide goes up, you see that shit level raise up, and as the tide goes out, that thing drops down, depending on the sun angle too. If the sun
You
is
know what
directly,
gets me? Is the tide's different everywhere you go. Like
Yep.
where I live, the tide it comes way in and it floods like a certain area, and it seems like a lot of water. But when you compare it to like other places where it rises twice as much, it's like, wait a minute, it all doesn't rise at the same time. Nope, it rises differently in different places, and in some
Yep.
places it doesn't rise at all.
Me and Roger were looking at the tide maps one night. We sat, we talked about tides all night long. And we looked at tide maps in the Mediterranean compared to the Black Sea, I think it was, Roger?
Something
Black
like
Sea?
Yeah.
The Red Sea or the Black Sea or whatever it is that's south of the, like the channel that they bring those big ships through.
That's the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Red. Not dead.
I'm gonna share my screen real quick here because these are some personal pieces of evidence that I took.
Okay. All right.
This is
Let's
my
see what you got.
P900. This is off the coast of California. This was about, 4 years ago, roughly. And this was Half Moon Bay, or in between Half Moon Bay and Santa Cruz. Anyways, so this is a fishing boat that you couldn't see with the naked eye. And I got about 3 feet above the tide at the time. So this is just
That's
one.
pretty damn low.
Yeah, and you can also, once you zoom in on it, you can see the horizon behind it, and if you actually take this into Photoshop, you can see there's horizon actually behind it as well.
Yeah, it keeps on going.
So parent position is what you're saying, Andrew, right?
Yes. So again, oh, look at that! It went over the curve.
No, it went over the horizon. Nice. Yeah.
And here's an actual video. This is me again. Now I'm about 5 feet above the elevation. This is an Air Force installation. I have no idea what it's all about.
That's a radar.
Yep.
The radar.
It's a radar station. It's just I don't know what they're necessarily all doing there. Those are the same kind of things they have on.
Well, it probably would be good if you did know that. Then you probably get in trouble.
And now we're getting an echo somewhere.
Whoa! Well, that's all I'm going to show for now. I mean, I've got a lot more, but
yeah,
I don't want to hijack the screen.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, Liv, how you doing? Those are beautiful. Those are nice observations. I was going to do a topic. It's called Scrapyard Earth. So I want to go back to Galveston in Texas and look at what happened there, what they did, and how our civilization has become a junkyard almost. And I wanted to compare it to Star Forts and stuff that they have in Europe, where they're pristine. And why do we have to deal with this? That's my question. Why are we in the junkyard? We live on a scrapyard.
Why do they destroy all the good exhibits that we could be studying right now? Well, that's because they don't want American people to understand that they actually have some power left in their grip, that they're trying to take it away.
Should have called it Sanford and Son Earth.
There you go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it's been used and abused and redone, but yeah, you can have it now.
Yeah, I had a video on Galveston. I can't find it anymore. Oh, here it is.
You know what? I'm gonna laugh when you find out. We all die. We'll find out that I was right. That the devil actually trapped us all and put us in here, and this isn't what God created. I'm gonna laugh when I'm right about that.
I think all the rocks are melted. They're all melted.
They are.
I'm just kidding.
Ryan can actually do that. He said he can take a.
According to the government, we should all be flooded by now. We should all be swimming.
Well, I don't listen to the government, do you?
Well, they're the ones that are telling you that China has robot dogs.
Probably do. It wouldn't surprise
what
me.
They just have to do it.
They're like disabled dogs. They have 2 wheels in the back.
Ryan, you're roboting. Say that again. What'd you say? We couldn't hear you.
Perdón. Sorry.
Still couldn't quite make that out. Say it one more time, dude. Your mic is just popping in and out.
I apologize.
It's okay.
It's fine. Yes, now we got you. That makes it, when you speak clearly, we can understand what you're saying. So I want to look at this. This is we got real footage and pictures from Galveston during the flood in 1900. I thought I'd look at that. It's only 9 minutes long. I thought I wanted to review this. I think it's interesting how they they just beat us crap for the most part. We don't get nobody. They don't teach us stuff in history. You know,
Galveston was really low.
elevation.
Yeah, their elevation's crazy low. They had that big flood and basically it just got mud flooded. Basically, all the mud and shit from the sea just went right up on the land. And then they said, "Fuck it, we'll just pick the buildings up and just build them higher." So a lot of the buildings that are still old buildings that are in Galveston are actually just on stilts.
That's like that in a lot of the bay towns in South Carolina and North Carolina too. But they build them like that on purpose.
Yeah.
What if we really were in a fake Earth that they put us in, right? And that's what they do is every so often they just get sick of what we're doing and they just flush us and then they start over and there's a valve in the middle of it that flushes us. That's why they won't let you go to the north or the south because they don't want you to see the edge. They don't want you to see the big drain either.
Yeah. Oh, that would explain the tides.
Mm-hmm.
It sure would. Because then that would just mean that the more water that accumulates and the deeper it is, the more it rises, and that is just the heat from the sun probably.
So we should have called it Toilet Earth. That way you could flush the toilet and it fucking drops the level down a bit and then it fills back up with clean water again.
Yeah, I got a better name. Yeah, it would have been American Standard.
American Standard Earth.
Something else that's been going on lately. I'm not sure if you guys have been watching all the Marvel movies and shows and stuff, but that's what they've been promoting this thing called the trash heap. In a lot of movies and TV shows. Marvel has like all their 6 episode, 1 hour series things for different stuff, and that's what they're promoting the trash heap, which is, I don't know, maybe there's something to it, or maybe it's just Marvel. I don't know.
Okay, one man's trash is another man's treasure, they say.
Yeah, of course it is. Now, I can make anything out of anything. But I mean,
I could just make up some stupid story and then claim that was the reason why this happened and that happened. And next thing you know, I'd have people believe in it if I said it right? Think about it. People are pretty dumb. They'll accept pretty much anything if you say it right.
Well, anybody that watches the news and think that they don't investigate any of it and they take it as read, that's stupid.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well, that if you say something often enough, people will believe it to be true. And
trust me, I have kids. It's true. It's actually true. If you say it long enough, eventually they'll repeat it and they'll say, "You know what? How did you get that in my head?"
If everyone says it, then it must be
true. Yeah, it's like the old game of telephone, but I mean the truth gets distorted, right? Think about it.
But if you say the word too many times, what happens? Your mind starts to deny it, right? And say, that doesn't look right. Like say whale, just say that word, just keep saying it, keep reading it, and eventually it starts to look like it's spelled, right? Why is that? It's because your brain doesn't want to believe that something's changing in your mind, but something is, though.
Well, I heard whaled, and the first thing I thought of was the Whalers, the band. That's the first thing I thought of.
Just watching the ocean, of course, I would think so.
The fucked up thing about that thing is that, if you say something often enough, eventually it becomes the truth. That U.S. presidents have said that. Adolf Hitler said that. Stalin said it. Napoleon said it.
Yeah, all the people that have manipulated us the best have said it,
Yeah, and right before they do it, too. Yeah. Like, guess what? Hey, Lev dropped out.
And after, and then 20 years later, they just admit, we were just kidding.
I think Lev was going to say something, but I don't think he can handle Restream. All right, I'm going to start this video. We'll see what happened in Galveston. We get to see some real photographs and videos.
Cool sauce. Cool beans.
There's Lev. I'll get the volume up on this thing.
In September of 1900, the deadliest hurricane in U.S. history made landfall in Texas. Galveston was hit dead on and was completely unprepared for the scale of this destructive storm. When the storm cleared, it became obvious that the death toll and scope of damage in Galveston was beyond comprehension. The
They had
storm
video cameras back in 1900, guys. Look at this. They
Yes,
probably
they
had.
were called You know that?
Say what?
They were called Super 8. They were 8mm film, and you had to crank the sucker.
Hand crank.
Yeah.
To work. Yeah. So, and trust me, my stepmother's great grandpa or grandfather or whatever had one, and he used to walk around and take pictures. And I've seen, yes, it does look like that.
Well, it's pretty good for the air.
But what you're seeing isn't really a movie. It's just a bunch of photographs that are
Bunch of
split
photos put together.
at a certain speed, and then it appears to look. Yeah, of course.
But that looks like a mess, though, doesn't it? So far, but I'm pretty sure we've had larger storms since.
Acting really stupid too. In all these videos, they're old like this.
I just looked it up. Yeah, Galveston is sort of like by Houston.
Yeah.
It's right there on the Gulf of America.
Very, very tip of Texas. Yeah, exactly. Because I was there. I stayed in a hotel that was right out over the ocean, right at the tip of there.
So you've been to Galveston.
I was like 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there, about there somewhere. I remember there was a Jack in the Box, and we hadn't ever ate at Jack in the Box before. We had just heard about it, and that was back when there was a scare about the mayonnaise, so we didn't eat there. I thought it was weird because I wanted to eat there, but they were like, "No, we're not eating there." I'm like, what?
Scare about mayonnaise, like the scare about spinach having.
No, supposedly they had some mayonnaise that went bad, and they served it anyway, and it made a bunch of people sick. I don't know. It could be not true. Who knows, right? But
Yeah, I got like salmonella was in the spinach.
I'm talking about like mid '80s, bro, like a long time ago.
Yeah, they like to put out those warnings, like, don't eat the spinach because it's tainted, and then they'll pull it off the shelf. You know?
Don't eat the green acid.
Go into any restaurant, you know that the first thing they show you is a hazard guide that shows you what all the chemicals they use in the back of the store, and almost all those chemicals can cause cancer in laboratory animals. So, I mean, if you really think about it, they're just a poison waiting to happen. If you think about it.
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah, because I work at a restaurant. I get to see these guys.
It only takes one stupid person to pour something that don't belong into something else, and you've got poison people, right?
I guess. Yeah. I've never poisoned anybody personally.
Listen, there's totally nothing wrong with green mayo.
No, definitely.
Supposedly it was in packets. I don't think it was like what they put on the sandwich. It was like packets that they had extra. Yeah, but now that's why they stopped using like real mayonnaise. Now they use like this dried powdered milk stuff or whatever. I don't know. It's disgusting.
I don't know who does that.
Everybody, if you look at all the ingredients and all those ranch dips that you get at the restaurant, they're not really ranch. They're dried, like powdered milk and something else. You know.
Well, I'm going
Good to
tell
see you, Aaron.
Yeah. Is she going? Yeah, good night.
sure,
Aaron.
right.
That what do they put that? What's that stuff? MSG. They put a lot of MSG in there so it tastes good.
Well, I mean, Arby's makes all their own sauces, man. I'm just telling you right now. So, no powder. Yeah, they do. They manufacture. That's what people actually go there for, that particular reason.
Arby's is
Wait,
good.
they make the. You mean they don't have packets anywhere? They just serve.
Well, they put it in packaging, or they also serve it over the counter too. You can pump it out of the bag. They manufacture their own sauces. Yeah.
Last time I was at an Arby's was like the 90s in Florida.
Seasoning, right? But okay.
Now, if you actually look at the roast beef, you'll think, is that roast beef? That's the first thing that comes to your mind.
No, it's probably horse and human and something else.
Nice horse beef.
No,
They have the meat. That's all they say. They don't say what kind of meat.
Well, dude, on the packaging, this is 100% beef. So, but they'll
Okay.
actually. I asked them.
But what does that? What does beef mean to them? Like, because they might be using that word as some different way.
It all comes from a pork product, or not pork, beef product. But they make it into a gel. They just and they pour it into this bag, and then we cook it, slow cook it, and it hardens up, and we slice it. That's it.
Well, I know that processed meat is just basically chopped up meat with some egg and whatever the fuck they put in there to make it stick together. I get that, but what you start worrying about is when they have to put chemicals in it to make it pink, and then you got to put a chemical in it to make it do this and that, and it's all just for looks. It's like, come on, do we really have to put all this crap in our food? Oh, we got to put it in there. Nobody will buy it. It's like, well, I don't care if it's fucking ugly green or pink, as long as I know it's fucking not gross.
I love my gray meat sandwich.
Dude,
I mean, yeah, you buy
roast
turkey, most of the time you look at the turkey and you're like, what is that? Like, is that really meat? Like, you can't tell.
After we cook it to temperature and properly, it turns gray too. It really does.
Well, it's like a hot dog. Nobody wants to admit that a hot dog is basically anything that they can't sell as meat. Is basically what
Well, they get it from the packing house still. They have cutting boards.
everything. Like, there's nothing that goes to waste. Hair, whatever it is, it goes in there.
Lots of labia and scrotum.
And we all know that they put the worst, disgusting fat of all the cow into the hamburger, right? The grind hamburger, that's what they put.
It falls on the
Even though
cut
that's
where it gets
tasting
ground up
cow.
with the meat. It gets
Yeah,
ground up
it's-
with excess.
Have you guys ever seen, like, if you're in the the meat aisle of the grocery store and you look at some meat and it looks like it has a rainbow on it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's salt. There's
That's
salt
what you want.
purity.
That's the stuff that'll it's heart disease 101 right there.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. You don't know what you're missing.
Well, if your
Oh.
roast beef has a rainbow on it, you know it's good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when the fat gets into its own color category, you gotta worry, right?
You know, if it's got a rainbow on it, that's the stuff to buy.
Yeah, it looks like an oyster. You're like, I don't know, should I eat this?
Anyway, they told me that it's not it's all 100% beef, but they make it into these gels, whatever's left over from the packing
Well,
plant.
yeah, it's just like head cheese. It's mostly just gelatin. It's leftover fat and they cook off the beef. Yeah.
So it's 100%. It actually is FDA certified. It's pure beef.
It's just processed pieces. That's all it is.
But it just has to be part of a cow. It doesn't have to be anything else.
No,
Like,
it could be the corn off the cow.
It could be any part of the cow, but it's beef, right?
Gums, it could be all
Dung
of it.
could be-
Yeah. All right, so let's get back to Galveston and see what happens with this wreckage they did.
It was largely a surprise, and the nation
Hold on a
was
second.
mortified when news finally started
okay,
to
Lev.
trickle out
You
of
got something to say about
Galveston.
it?
Yeah, I wanted to talk. Were Andrew
Oh.
sharing Travis and Plain Reality's Horizon research
Who is?
earlier? Were Andrew showcasing Travis and Travis and Plain Reality? Have just been on Earth Awakenings. Have been like showcasing this Horizon research with Mirage and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we're talking about this right now.
Yeah, he was asking Andrew. Are you?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's what we're
Wrong
on.
Andrew. Wasn't me. No, different Andrew.
No, I mean on what's it called on Rogers? Like earlier, like when I first came.
Oh no, that was Pablo's dog. That's who I was showing.
oh, all right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Bring his head
All
up.
right.
No.
Put the link in the chat.
Oh yeah, I'll get it for him.
Put the link for him.
I'll
Cool.
get Pablo.
I always thought Mike the dog was the best.
Mike the dog. What's wrong with Pablo's dog? Come on, dude. Pablo's cooler than Mike.
He's a cat. I don't know, but I don't know what that all means. I really don't care, to be honest with you. I know it's something to do with math, but do I really care? No, not.
No,
not
Pablo
really.
is a Greek
kidding.
story.
I know, I'm
Dude.
kidding. Yes, I know. It's a fucking stupid old story. Exactly.
Hold on, I already closed the tab too.
Boy, they're all wearing hats too.
Oh yeah, they are.
I want to know why all the people in these old videos are wearing like suits and dress pants and dress shoes. It's like, dude, why would you wear dress shoes while you're digging in a pile of fucking trash? Like, what?
This all happened on Sunday morning. You know that, right?
Right? Yeah, they just got together to hang out together to clean up the neighborhood, right?
My mom said when she was a kid, everybody dressed like that. She said that they would get on the train and the ferry
Well, yeah, if
and
you were
stuff.
working, if you were going to work, I could see that. But when
Yeah,
you're just
everybody
like working,
dressed like that. She said all the women. She said all the women wore these long dresses and hats and all kinds of stuff, and I was just like, wow, that's wild.
tied their stomachs up so the guys couldn't see how fast they
Yeah,
were.
yeah. Squeeze them gatas and stuff.
You imagine getting a girl home with you untie it and she flops out and you're like, holy shit.
Hey, Lev, I put it in the back chat if you want to get Pablo's link. Did you hear me?
Yeah, back chat in restream.
In the
Yeah.
private.
Private chat.
Yeah, I've got a link to this thing anyway. His notifications come up anyway and stuff.
Okay,
But,
I'll put it in the main chat so you can get it out of there.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, we should do a thing on that. We should watch the thing and bring some people on. That'd be kind of cool to talk about. I'm sure that'd
Pablo
go in
did.
some cool directions.
Pablo did a thing called Seven Swans where he did all 7 oil rigs in the Santa Barbara Bay, and he has them clear as day, dude. It's awesome. 7 swans is singing.
Yeah.
That stuff on the Earth Awakenings with Travis and Plain Reality releasing this new research. I'm also doing a video tonight, premiering one, showing where that research came from, and that they're promoting it as new research. But this video, it was on Travis's stream originally, like 2.
I think he
cut
dropped.
out. Yep.
I think he dropped out actually. He can't handle Restream. His
I was
phone can't
about to
handle.
Well, that's the guy that keeps getting cut off.
Yeah,
That's Liv always has that problem when he comes in.
Yeah.
All right, so back to Galveston. He'll come back in a minute. He'll try.
On September 10th, 1900, a telegraph was sent to the United States President William McKinley and to the Governor of Texas, Joseph Sayers. The message read, "I have been deputized by the Mayor and Citizens Committee of Galveston to inform you that
Look at
the
that
city of Galveston is in ruins." The message claimed that 500 people had been killed. The telegraph was right about Galveston being in ruins. Sadly, 500 dead was a serious underestimate. The island's population at the time was 38,000 people. Because of the hurricane, 10,000 of these people were left homeless, and approximately 8,000 people were killed. The Galveston hurricane has many names: the Galveston flood, the Great Storm of 1900, and the 1900 storm, to name a few. It is the deadliest natural disaster in all of American history. The storm was first spotted as a cyclone on August 27,
That brings up a
1900.
good question. Is that to date? Is that the worst disaster in American history to this date? I doubt it. I think we've had bigger natural disasters.
No, Louisiana was bad.
I was a volunteer for Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico, which it's a territory of the United States, and they say that there was around 30,000 people that died from that. And I was just there to help out with like setting up generators and doing electrical work and securing everything. But yeah, it was. I got a ton of pictures for that. If you guys,
where do they get the data? Like, how do they know? Like, people that don't answer to how many were missing or whatever.
At first it's really hard to determine because some people are buried under rubble and trees,
and a lot of times they don't find parts of them at all because they get eaten by animals or whatever. Yeah,
or they get washed out to sea or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, they say it was around 30,000
the water. They blow it up and people find them. But yeah, if they're not out there looking for them, then yeah, you're right. They could get.
Yeah, they just go missing and that's it.
Yeah, right. Nothing left.
Them dead. I mean, think about it. 1900. If you just haven't seen your brother for a week, then he's probably dead. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, especially on an island.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
an area like.
Oops,
where'd he go?
You mean if you're on an island without a boat? Yeah, I think I would worry.
I mean, simply, it would just come down to basically time. If you didn't see them over a period of time, that means they're gone. So they.
Well, your mind would already separate you from by then, wouldn't it? For at a certain, a year, then you'd probably just think they were dead. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how many years it is in this country anymore. I think it's 7. I think if you're not discovered in 7 years, they consider you deceased.
Because they got to reuse your Social Security number.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
let's get it going. I want to see this.
Yeah, okay. You ready, guys? I'm gonna play some more.
It moved through the Caribbean, hitting the Dominican Republic, Cuba, Jamaica, and Puerto Rico. Cuba reported a 24-hour rainfall of 12.5 inches. The flooding decimated the country's crops and left many homeless. The cyclone gathered strength as it barreled into the Gulf of Mexico. The United States Weather Bureau, now known as the National Weather Service, insisted that the storm was going to curve around to hit Florida and the East Coast. As the storm progressively moved closer to Texas, the U.S. Weather Bureau again claimed that the cyclone was not strong enough to be considered a hurricane. Unfortunately, they were wrong on both accounts. The hurricane struck landfall on the evening of September 8th as a Category 4 hurricane. It hit south of Houston, with the eye of the hurricane passing over Galveston. Before the disaster, Galveston was known as the Wall Street of the Southwest, as it was the center of trade in the Gulf of Mexico and one of the most prosperous ports in the United States. The population and income rates were exploding. By all definitions, Galveston was booming. They had many storms previously, but all were fairly minor. It is a very human thing to believe that bad things won't happen to you, especially if they never have before. But this optimistic bias in the people of Galveston wasn't necessarily their fault. The director of the Weather Bureau in Galveston, Isaac Klein, wrote an entire article in 1891 for the Galveston Daily News detailing how impossible it would be for a significant hurricane to hit the island. But even this didn't pacify some of the residents. Galveston was essentially a sandbar in the Gulf of Mexico. It was very low and flat, and very obviously vulnerable. It was only 8.7 feet above sea level, Some citizens requested that a seawall be constructed to make the city more resilient to storms, but the government denied the request. Because
That is government for you, isn't it?
That explains it. They planned it.
No, they didn't prepare for it. They didn't care.
I'm kidding, but yeah, I would. Yeah, but I bet everybody that was alive then probably thought the government did it deliberately.
Yeah, some of them probably did, but I'm pretty sure they ignored the danger. But I mean, think about it. You're 108 feet above sea level in a sandbar in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, where it's known to have cyclones and tropical storms or hurricanes. Yeah. So
Right.
that's
So
just
it's on its way, and just because the weather service said it wasn't going to hit doesn't mean I wouldn't have hightailed it out of there. You
Oh,
know?
what are you talking about? We'll be fine. Everything will be all right. Don't worry about it. Come on, let's go get a sandwich.
Buried it in sand. I might get lucky and live, but doubt it.
Giant wave comes down the street, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
grab the surfboard.
The best place to be is in your car. At least you got a few minutes of air left, right?
All right, let's get back on them. All right.
Isaac Klein believed that strong hurricanes wouldn't hit Galveston. Clearly a seawall would just be a waste of funds. Everybody makes mistakes, however, and we shouldn't demonize Klein too harshly. He realized his mistakes, and he claims to have patrolled the beaches of Galveston to warn the island dwellers of the impending hurricane.
That was nice.
Not only that, but he also broke Weather Bureau rules by issuing a hurricane warning before receiving authorization to do so from the main office in Washington, D.C. Breaking protocol like this did probably save countless lives. Isaac Klein went on to give many significant contributions to meteorology, and the Isaac M. Klein Award is the highest award issued by the National Weather Service today. Unfortunately, Klein's claims were proved tragically false on September 8, 1900. The hurricane brought a storm surge which raised the sea level 15 feet higher, which flooded the entire Galveston Island. Some witnesses claimed the water level rose 4 feet within seconds. In addition to the island being swallowed by the ocean, the cyclone dropped about 9 inches of rain on Galveston, which set the city's record. The highest measured wind speed recorded was 100 miles per hour, but this was right before the device used to measure wind speed by the Weather Bureau.
My real question is, when is that going to get chopping that beam? It's taking him forever. He's chopping the beam he's standing on. That's what
It'll take a whole week. It's going to be out there every minute of the day chopping that thing up.
I just had to say that. I was watching him for like, when is he going to get through that? What is he cutting? Is he standing on it? Yeah, more than likely. It shows you the level of intelligence. Yeah.
Off the building, so it probably got much faster after this.
No, it's not.
But wasn't able to be measured. To give a visual description of how windy it was, witnesses claim to have seen bricks flying through the air. Nearly all buildings and infrastructure like railways and telegraph lines were damaged, many of which were destroyed. 10,000 people were left without homes. Werner Moore White was a landscape and portrait artist who just moved to Galveston literally one day before the hurricane. Nearly all of his artwork was destroyed, as was his studio. Fortunately, he did survive. There was an orphanage, St. Mary's Orphans Asylum, that housed 93 children and 10 sisters. Everyone took refuge in the
And
newest...
that's where all the orphans came from.
That's where they got them all. Huh?
Yeah, from Galveston.
You want to know something else creepy? That a lot of those old buildings, you know, they had like little like gargoyles. You know that some of them actually look like the gremlins from the movie.
Oh yeah, I imagine so.
That's where they got the idea for it.
Yeah, superstition, man. That's what it is. Like there's an actual gremlin in your closet right now. He's planning on your demise. You're gonna get
real
in your car tomorrow, and your brakes are gonna. Yeah.
It's funny that whoever was here before us, before the whatever they call that flood thing or whatever, those people obviously saw those things as some kind of like whatever. I mean, I don't see that kind of stuff on buildings nowadays, and I think it would be creepy if somebody put it on there. Won't you?
No. Yeah, I would too. All right, let's get back to Galveston again.
If you guys put like a gargoyle on my roof, I'd be like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
You would? I don't know. Hey man, that looks kind of cool. It's Halloween.
I'd put it in my living room, but I wouldn't put it on my roof. Like what?
Well, I'd take it down after Halloween.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I'd keep it in the yard for Halloween, but I wouldn't put it on the roof. Like even if I don't know, I guess it just seems silly to me.
Scare the kids off.
But like kids are climbing on your roof, right? And they're looking at the statues that are way up there on the side of the building.
Yeah, I think it comes out of imagination, but some of it may have been real. That's what I think. All right, I'm going to play this. I'll be back in a second.
The building. The sisters used a clothesline to tie themselves to the children, knowing the building would indeed collapse eventually. Out of 103 people, only 3 children survived. It is estimated that about 8,000 citizens lost their lives on this day. Of the 8,000 dead, most of the people drowned from the flood, and many were killed getting hit by debris. Even sadder yet, many did survive the initial blast of the storm, only to die by getting trapped under wreckage. Clara Barton, the founder of the American Red Cross, responded to the disaster. It was one of those monstrosities of nature which defied exaggeration and fiendishly laughed at all tame attempts of words to picture the scene it had prepared. The churches, the great business houses, the elegant residences of the cultured and opulent, the modest little homes of laborers of a city of nearly 40,000 people, the center of foreign shipping and railroad traffic lay in splinters, and debris piled 20 feet above the surface, and the crushed bodies, dead and dying, of nearly 10,000 of its citizens lay under them.
Wow, that's a lot of folks, guys. I'm just telling you. 10.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering why I didn't notice that Galveston was haunted.
Mhm.
I'm kidding, of course.
I don't know. I've never been there. Did they say it was haunted when you went there?
No, I don't remember. But then again, I was a kid. I probably wasn't paying much attention if we did go see any of that stuff or saw like a museum that talked about it. I doubt I'd remember it, to be honest with you. The only thing I was worried about is the Lakers playing the Celtics. That's what was going on at the time when I was there. The Lakers and Celtics were playing each other.
You immersed yourself in basketball as a kid?
No, I wasn't, but my stepbrother was into it, and he wouldn't shut up about it. So it's just like the only thing I remember. I remember Sony Walkmans were popular.
Celtics.
Yeah.
For another championship.
And Spuds McKenzie was popular. Like all the kids were wearing Spuds McKenzie T-shirts at the time. At least I was.
I like Spuds.
Yeah, Spuds was cool. We went on vacation and we saw the Spuds McKenzie T-shirts and we bought every one we saw. Dude, they were like $40 a piece. My dad was so mad at us.
Well, your best friend has joined us, Ryan. And D-Man is Luca. He's here. Hi, Luca.
Hello.
All right, Dr. Nick.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going?
Doing good.
That's good. I'm doing good too.
Well, we're in Galveston right now, Luca. We're looking at a flood that happened in 1900.
Oh my.
Yeah, one of the worst recorded disasters in American history.
Wow.
Yeah, they're at 108 feet above sea level.
Good. Killed more people than the McRib.
Yeah, it did.
Didn't get me though.
Did they have a name for it?
Yes, the Galveston flood. It's the Great Flood in Texas. There's like so many different names for it. It's recorded history, and they document it with film.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Never heard of it, have probably not.
No.
I read about this 20 years ago. I read about it in a book.
Yeah, I know. I've heard it before, but it was a long time ago. Like
basically, they took the mud. They took the mud from the sea and dumped it in so they could raise the land up in some of those areas. That's what they used.
All landfill now. That's why it's like swamp.
Swamping.
Sea mud, like the sea bottom.
Most of Florida is like that.
Yeah, that's got to be really sturdy, D-Man. I'm gonna tell you.
I've never seen the pictures of them taking the buildings that were left and raising them up, literally just putting them on stilts and building them up, and then putting in all that crap to make the new level. You know what I mean? That's basically what they did with it on the really low parts.
The Army Corps engineers are brilliant folks, aren't they?
Oh yeah, and then do it in the 1900s with all man and horsepower.
There probably would have been a lot of material in there if there was some kind of like ocean raise or whatever, and the water came in from the ocean and pushed up. It would have pushed dirt up and up.
Oh yeah, muck and sand and shit, all sea shit.
With all that and all the building parts and everything and people's bodies, it would have been a horrible smell. Oh God, you probably smell that place 20, 30 miles away.
Smell like low tide with death.
Low tide.
No, like no. When they were saying like when they were describing it, like they couldn't describe it with words. That it was so like it was off Like it made everybody that saw it watch like children being swept away in the water and killed, and that's an incredible like thing to say. And like I would hate to find out that that was actually true, and me make fun of it, of course. But
Yeah. I mean, think about how fucking traumatic that is. You see your
I
fucking
don't trust
people.
anybody.
Imagine seeing your fucking, seeing your neighbor get washed away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Like,
then the government ignore it like it's no big deal. Yeah, that would piss me off, dude.
traumatic shit.
Didn't that just happen in North Carolina? Pretty
It
much.
happens all over, dude. Two towns north of me, less than 100 miles away, burned up completely. Damn near the whole town just burned up for no reason in the middle of fucking, not even bad fire season, like weird shit. Whole town burned up, just disappeared, and they were like, "Oh, it was an accident."
Well, in California, don't they have fire season? Isn't that one of the
I made a
seasons?
movie about it just recently. It's been quite a few years now.
Yeah, fire season started officially.
Fire
a
season
long
doesn't
time
rain
ago,
in California because it doesn't rain here anymore. They've stopped letting it rain, so it's just basically a big tinderbox.
Oh, you're in California too?
Yeah, I live right in the middle of fucking shitville.
Oh, I'm in San Jose. I'm in South San Jose.
Oh, you're not. You're just a lick down there. I live in Antioch up north.
Oh,
Right.
okay. That's a 7
You
hour
guys
drive.
can get together,
Like 45 minutes, an hour away, maybe. Yeah, or maybe it's more. But it's my car. I used to drive to San Jose twice a week, so
Oh yeah, that's like an hour drive.
yeah, it's like that.
Right.
Mostly
Good.
Dublin and all that, but yeah,
Looks like
San Jose.
Anaheim.
San Jose's kind of set up like Texas.
Yeah.
Like some places in Texas, the freeways are weird. They're like big squares that go around in big circles and
Yeah,
shit. It's weird.
fire season. I actually have a story to tell about that as well. Back when I was a federal employee, but I don't want to.
Go ahead, spit it out because I mean I brought it up. So
Oh, okay.
there's an official fire season in California, from what I remember.
Oh yeah, and they're trying to blame it on PG&E, which is our
Pacific Gas and Electric.
Yeah, Pacific Gas and Electric. It's our power company. Not every place in California or on the East Coast, West Coast actually uses it, but that's what they're trying to blame it on, and it's a bunch of nonsense bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's arson, it's pretty obvious. Yep. But yeah, when I was working at the VA hospital in Livermore, what we were authorized, I was working as an electrician in the engineering department, and all of a sudden, our chief of engineering had a meeting with all the electricians across between Palo Alto, Livermore, and Menlo Park. I worked at all those locations. And he said, you guys have unlimited overtime for the time being to make sure that we have our generators up to par. And in the event that PG&E goes down because of fire season, he literally said this, because of fire. And this was in 2017 and 18. I made boatloads of overtime, me and my coworkers. And we were setting up, a very, very complex type of a situation to try and explain. But yeah, they literally said that. And they said, this went all the way up into the executive branch, basically saying that they were authorizing unlimited overtime for electricians in the California regions for, it didn't even matter whether it was the VA or it didn't matter. It's like they were setting all this up because they knew what was going to be happening. And it kept happening.
Yep, and they take it every year, don't they? They do the same thing.
Yep.
They engineer the same crap and they get the same results. Yeah. And
I think that picture.
I'm
sorry, I was just going to say, I think that picture's a ship.
And after this Galveston thing is over, I'd like to show the pictures that I have from Puerto Rico, if you guys wouldn't.
Ooh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
Nice. It's comparable because this went through Cuba and the same island region too. But they didn't think it was going to go to Houston for some reason. It's like with every hurricane, they don't know where it's going to go. They tell
welcome to HARP.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, welcome to them fucking with the damn weather. Yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
And they're blaming it on you. Even though they're the ones that
hurricanes are unpredictable like that most of the time.
With that fictitious force of Coriolis, right?
Predictable.
Well, they get strength in that warm water. When they go into the colder waters, they drop down.
Temperature, but one time it's hot. Like yesterday was really hot at 38 degrees, and then the next day it was like really cold and raining at
Creating a low pressure system, right?
Bro, right now.
yeah.
During the day it's hot, it's like 80 degrees almost, and then at night it's like freezing ass cold.
No, tomorrow. The next day it was raining all day.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
fall.
much.
Yeah, so all the leaves are dying. So we're getting
So,
the
like,
tree leaf
weather-
changeover.
Weather
Yeah, and what's
patterns
burning all the
make
grass and shit,
hurricanes
too.
unpredictable in that
Yeah.
way.
All the leaves are brown.
Well, it changes year by year. I understand what Luke is saying. It changes, Luca, year by year. Some winters where I am, because I'm way up north, sometimes the winters are really mild and we mainly just get wet snow and rain, but it's real cold. Some
But
years
lately-
we get ice storms continuously, one after the other, where it rains, then it snows, then the temperature drops to like 10 below, and then everything freezes. And I mean, everything freezes, and you end up getting like trees falling, and it's
Wow.
nasty
Why
being in the
are
winter.
you in the world? Like Switzerland or something?
No,
all
I'm
Midwest.
in New Hampshire.
Except
Oh,
we're
yeah.
around the
Yeah.
same longitude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
So, we get crazy weather. My friend calls me all the time in December and calls me and says, "Oh, I'm sitting in my backyard and I got shorts on and I'm wearing sandals." And I'm like, "Oh, stick it in your ass." And I hang up. I'm like, "Up you just calling and
lucky
poking me."
you, bastard.
He'll see on the news that, we got 3 feet of snow and the pile is out. He'll call me on the phone. "Hey, what's going on?"
It's
Like-
clear where I am. Yeah.
He's
Suck
sitting in a
it.
chair having a barbecue. It's like I
Yeah.
fucking want to strangle him.
Suck it, bro.
All right,
Yeah.
let's get back to the video.
Okay.
Reportedly, rescuers climbing over the destruction could hear the screams from below as they were searching for survivors. Unfortunately, not all could be saved. Not even the dead were safe. The floodwaters eroded the ground, and
Can
many
I say
coffins
something?
were unearthed and washed away from the Galveston
I'm
cemetery.
sure you can, Luca.
The telegraph lines were all
What do you got to say?
All those bodies are out.
Well, this is the most deadliest flood, but that doesn't mean it's the most destructive flood,
Well, it's the most deaths from a natural disaster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
recorded.
Over 10,000.
It's the
We have to whip
deadliest
it.
flood in the U.S., but that doesn't make it the most destructive. So,
Yeah, but I mean, they weren't prepared for it, and now that the guy who actually was in charge of the weather service, they made an award named after him, and if you actually
Yeah, no, he's on profit.
Yeah,
actually
weather
get
award.
a weather award, you need meteorologists need awards.
Sure,
So
pat on the back. Almost. You saved 3,000 people out of 500,000. You're a good man.
well,
good job.
sometimes, like in hospitals, they have to choose who lives and dies. Sometimes, like that doesn't make the choice any less easy, though.
Well, you got to consider that this was 125 years ago.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about the lives you can
Yeah,
save,
well, it's not
not
even
the
true.
lives you can't.
They had guys
Yeah.
that would go around every day and light gas lamps so that you could see on the street.
Yeah,
Well, it's about the lives you can save, whether compared to lives you can't save. So,
Yeah, for that
That's
period of
good.
time in history in the United States, this was the most deaths from a natural disaster. Basically.
yes, I agree. That's
So for
that's
that period of
deadliest-
time, it was a lot.
well, that's a
what's
deadliest
funny?
flood, I'd say.
The funny part is that it's literally not that far away, considering where California is. Not that far away, right? But yet,
Well,
I've never heard of this. Even though I've been there, I don't remember ever hearing. I mean, it might have been there, and I just don't remember. But I don't remember the story. I know about San Francisco. I know about a lot of disasters that they're not even on your normal, like history lessons, and you can find evidence of them in museums here in California. But the truth is, there's all kinds of things. There's like baths down there that used to be ocean baths where hundreds of thousands of people used to swim in the ocean right there in San Francisco, and nobody even knows about it. Weird stuff, dude. All kinds of cool stuff all over the state.
There used to be a lake. There used to be that pot behind. I'm sorry, I don't mean to divert, Roger. That is part of well, they had a lake, I think, down in the, what do you call it? Didn't they, down by the ocean that was filled in behind the the Bay Area, and that got drained out. Literally, they drained it out, built a bunch of little shit towns through there. I could look it up on Google Maps, but I mean, yeah.
Right.
So I mean, some stuff changed naturally, but some stuff was man manipulated.
Yeah, there's a place in the Bay Area, very close to where I grew up, called Newark, California, and it's at the very bottom of the San Francisco Bay, and they call it the Sunken City, where it basically just got flooded with mud, and you can only see the very tops of the houses and stuff now. And there used to be a railroad track that went out there, but they have it like cordoned off now, so it's illegal to go out there because you're gonna sink in like quicksand and mud and shit.
You're talking about that area that sunk, that they brought landfill in, and it just like when they filled in like San Francisco, it slid and it just like buried it. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, it's the just look at Sunken City, Newark, California.
I'll have to check that out. I think I have heard about it though. Go ahead, tell me.
The area part that was flooded was like Modesto, Stockton, Sacramento, Chico, Red Bluff, right there. At one point that was filled with water. They said at one point that was actually filled with water.
I think the deadliest
the water rise
would be probably actually the pandemic that went around in the
what? Oh, dude, we could just don't even.
No, not COVID. I'm talking about influenza in 1918 or something. It happened in 1918, I think.
We're talking about natural disasters.
Yeah, natural, not virus.
If we're talking about natural disasters, then yes, it would be this flood. Yes. But in general,
just do me a favor. There's a book called The Invisible Rainbow by Arthur Furstenberg. Go read it, and you'll find out where most of these things come from.
They said it was 8 to 12,000 deaths from Galveston.
You think they have like a creator that's making the disasters?
No, we're talking about what you're talking about. The Spanish flu is what that book is about, and how it came to pass, and it's actually documented how the Spanish flu actually isn't a flu. It was actually caused by something else, and they documented all of the cases. It's in the book. Go read it. You'll find out where all these mass diseases come from.
What, you think they're made?
Well, go read the book. And you draw your own conclusions for what happened in the Spanish flu. It's one of the biggest pandemics that ever happened.
Well, yeah, the Spanish flu did kill a lot of people.
Yeah, scarlet fever killed a ton of people in this country too.
That's H1N1, isn't it? The influenza, the Spanish flu was the influenza.
Yeah, but its origins are not natural. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure. I'm sure it is.
No, even the doctors at the time couldn't figure this out, dude.
And Luca, if you want to talk about that after this, I would be happy to. But you're detracting too much from the actual point of what Roger's trying to present.
Yeah.
I looked it up, and this is
not natural. This is not influenza. We're talking about the flood in Galveston.
Natural disasters, flooding, hurricanes.
The Spanish flu was caused by influenza, though, right?
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So we'll get into that later. So let's play this. All right?
Okay. I'm gonna head off now. Bye-bye.
Was slow to reach the mainland in Texas. The morning after the storm hit, one of the few ships that had survived set sail for Texas City, which is where the messengers sent the word to Houston and President William McKinley of the devastation that occurred in Galveston. Galveston and Texas as a whole were not the only places impacted by the 1900 hurricane. The storm didn't lose much steam and continued up the Midwest, leaving a path of destruction and an increasing death toll. As many as 232 people were killed in Canada because of this storm, most of which were on the coast. It's crazy how far the devastation spread across an entire continent. Galveston was basically deleted. There were so many dead bodies to deal with. Initially, the bodies were dumped at sea. but as the tide started bringing them back onto the beaches, bodies were piled onto funeral pyres and burned on the Galveston beaches. Many of the workers were distraught due to the morbid nature of what they were doing. To help combat this, the authorities passed out free whiskey. Many of the buildings that did survive in Galveston were preserved and are now tourist attractions. Most of these buildings were large mansions in the Strand district. Insurance companies estimated about $17 million in damage on the island. Over the next few days, relief supplies were sent to the town. Water service was repaired shortly after. A committee was formed to help rebuild the city. They had a budget of $450,000 to give out to people in need. By March 1901, 1,073 new homes were built and 1,109 were repaired. Within a week, $1.5 million worth of donations from all over the world poured in. The biggest donation from a state was $228,000 from New York. The biggest
That's a lot of money back then, though, wasn't it, guys? Yeah.
In the back.
Oh yeah, that's a huge amount of money. 450 grand back then has got to be 10 times.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can look it up.
Like $1 billion.
Pretty close to it. They're like they're building new ships and launching them too in this footage.
Yeah, what year was it?
This proves that if you went to Galveston and you smug pretty much anywhere, you're probably going to find some artifacts. Like you're going to find money, you're going to find all kinds of crazy shit just mixed in the soil. That's just insane, bro.
That's 14. Well, I can only go down to 1913. I can only go down to 1913 on the date. But if you equate $450,000 in 1913 compared to now with the inflation rate, it's $14,763,000. Yeah, it's a 3,180% inflation rate.
Damn.
That's nowhere near the national debt, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember when a cup of coffee was like 15 to 30 cents. I remember like at times in Missouri when I was a kid.
A
Like,
nickel or less.
like
My
you
dad-
go into like
When my dad was growing up, it was a quarter. With a quarter, you could get an entire meal.
Oh wow.
That was in.
I remember when gasoline broke $1. I do remember that. I remember when it broke $1 and it went up over that and it never went back down. That was like in
It's not
like-
going to.
early 90s somewhere, I think it was. And I remember it went back down to $1 one time. And I remember I got a picture of it still on my phone somewhere of 99-cent gallon of gas. And everybody that sees it goes, "No way." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that wasn't that long ago." Yeah.
Yeah, when I was sorry,
Back of it, where it was, yeah. When I
right
saw it.
before I went into the military, I remember I had my driver's license and I was pretty young. I got my driver's license at 16 and then I enlisted at 17. And here in California, it was 85 cents per gallon to fill up the car that my dad was letting me use. And I got out of boot camp and I went through all my training and all that kind of shit. Came back home on leave and it was like $2.50. It went up that fast.
Wow.
My first car
The demand.
My first car gas was 87 cents a gallon. A pack of cigarettes was like $1.50 for like a pack of Marlboros.
I remember when pyramids
It
were
was
99 cents.
It was 75 cents when I was growing up for a pack of Camels. I could go to the machine, put 75 cents in, pull the lever, and poof, I got it. It's mine.
Yeah,
really?
hookers were so cheap too. I mean, what the fuck's going on now?
I don't get it, dude.
I went to an airport once and paid $4.50 for a pack of cigarettes. Back when they were like way below $1 a pack. I was like so mad. There's no way you got a machine that was that cheap, bro. No way.
Yeah, there was. There was a machine at this little Phillips 66 gas station across the street on Main Street in Lowell where I used to get my cigarettes when I was first started smoking, and it was 75 cents for the. Like the next year, it was up to $1. Then it went. It just from that point on, it just jumped a quarter all the time.
Yeah, when it went to like $4 or $5 a pack is when I quit and said, "Nah, I'm good. Not going to take advantage of it anymore."
In Canada, everything's more expensive.
Cigarettes are like $200. I'm like, are you insane?
We were in New Jersey.
Get out of
And
here, bro.
I wanted to get a pack of cigarettes. We were in New Jersey, and I stopped off the turnpike and got a pack of butts, and it was almost $10 for a pack of cigarettes off the side of the turnpike from a gas station. And I was like, shit, I need to quit smoking. This shit's too expensive.
No,
Well, you're
Canada.
gonna pay for your poison, aren't you? Yeah.
When I was like 16, before I was able to buy cigarettes, they were $1. They were cheap as cigarettes, but they were $1 at a couple gas stations in Cloverdale, where I lived, and they were 99 cents a pack. That's the last time I remember, and that's when I started smoking. Basically, it's like 11, 12, but smoked 27 years and then quit.
Yeah. Well, shortly after that, like I think within a year, they pulled that cigarette machine out because all the kids were buying
Yeah,
cigarettes.
of course. I
Yeah,
used to go to a Greek club. I used to go to a Greek club. There was a club, like a nightclub, but it had an open like when you walk through the doors, the front doors where it was open, it had a cigarette machine in the hallway. So I mean, shady place, but I mean, I used to go in there and same thing. Pack of cigarettes was like $1.25, $1.50, and I was like, yeah, whatever. It said Salem's, I think, were like $1.25. You can get a pack of Salem's.
Yeah, that's close to my home, where I grew up. The Tobacco Road, dude. That's where it all came. Carolina, Virginia. That's where they grow most of that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get some Native American cigarettes when I go up in upstate New York. I'm gonna get the.
Are you gonna get some American Spirits or something like that?
No, I'm gonna get the whatever the funky brands they got up there on the up by the casino.
Yeah, casino cigarettes are cheap still, as it is cheaper than it is here.
They give you the free booze and they sell you the cheap cigarettes, and then
Dude.
You go gamble. Yeah.
Oh, it's cheap as shit. And you get the Mustangs. I used to get Mustangs when I used to go up there, and they
I
were
didn't give my free, ass. Otherwise, I might go.
the carton of cigarettes was like half the price if you got them up there. So every time I'd go to New York State, upstate New York, I would go right to where the casino is now. But I used to go up there and buy like 10 cartons of cigarettes, sell them.
I remember the first time I got out on the res, so I got a cute little story for you. It's for adult ears only. I don't think there's any kids watching, but we were out on the Apache reservation, and we went to Theno, close to it on the Navajo side. So we crossed over, and they get this sign up. Now you're on the Apache. I forgot what the other tribe was, and you're subject to all their laws. And they had a list of them, and one of them was lewd behavior in your car or anywhere in public sight. So me and Rhonda pulled off the side of the road. It's like, well, fuck them.
No lewd behavior.
No.
It sounds like you, Roger.
I did that. I really did. True story. All right, let's get back to Galveston.
Donation from an individual was $20,000 from steel industrialist Andrew Carnegie. A seawall was conducted shortly after and was finally completed in 1963. It is 10 miles long and 17 feet high. In addition to this, sand was taken from the shipping channel with the purpose of raising the city. Several similar hurricanes have hit Texas and tested the seawall, such as Hurricane Alicia in 1983 and Hurricane Ike in 2008. While these storms were extremely destructive, it had undoubtedly saved countless lives in Galveston.
Oh, that was worth it, wasn't it, guys? Yeah. That's kind of cool.
I read about it years ago. I found the brand names of those cigarettes. They were a Native American Eagle.
Okay.
The other one was Director. That's what it's called, Director.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, they had like Native American cigarette brands. The other one is 1120.
Never heard of that one either.
America 225s were the other one. And I used to get Mustangs. Navajo was the other one. I used to get Mustang cigarettes in upstate New York for like half the price.
I've heard of them.
$10 for a fucking carton of smokes. And I would go and spend, take an extra 100 with me and just go buy fucking 5. Tell them, how many do you got? I would take them and bring them to work and sell them to everybody for double the price. So I could walk away with 2 bills. And I'm like, hey, it's good, Navajos.
In Tijuana, but they had name brands, right? And I was over the border, and I went and bought like 5 or 6 cartons for like $25. And I actually started smoking some of them, and they were shit, dude. They weren't.
Yeah, they're rough.
Yeah,
they're cheap cigarettes. So I mean,
a lot of countries don't have like when I was in Iraq, as an example, And that back when I used to smoke cigarettes, I was able to buy a carton of Marlboros. I thought they were Marlboros,
Yeah,
but they
they
weren't.
were not. Yeah,
Yeah, they don't
you
give a
know.
fuck. They just,
Do you remember when all those websites, Andrew, were popping up? And man, it had to be the late 2000s where you could buy the cigarettes and they would ship them to your house.
I don't remember that, no, but I was
They,
able.
there used to be websites we used to buy Marlboros, like, you know, but they weren't produced in the United States. They were like from some foreign fucking Marlboros. So they were produced in another country. And if you bought so many of them, they would ship them to your house. So like one time me and my friend put money together and we got, you know, Winston's and Marlboros and Salem and all these kid brands. They weren't even made in this country. They were made somewhere else. So they tasted horrible.
And I bought a carton for 50 cents when I was in Iraq. And I was like, wow, that's a really good deal. They're, oh, yeah. But the guy said, oh, yeah, they're expired, though. I was like, I don't 50 cents. For 100 fucking cigarettes? All right.
Yeah.
No, 200 cigarettes because 20 in a pack.
It's like smoking an old shoe.
About 1/4 of one of those, and I put it out in the fucking dirt, and I threw them away.
The crap.
Oh,
My buddy was next to me. He was like, "You want a real cigarette?" I was like, "Yes."
Yes.
So,
One time, I'll tell you this quick. This is funny. One time, I worked for this tow truck company, and next to the tow truck company was this like restaurant. It had a cigarette machine in the front, and I said, "Oh man, I gotta, you know, next time you go out," to the guy I was working with, I said, "Next time you go out, can you get me a pack of butts?" He goes, "Just go next door." So I was like, "All right, yeah. What do they got, a machine or something?" He's like, "Yeah, here, you need quarters." So I'm like, "Yeah." So I go into the thing, I walk through the door, there's a cigarette machine, and nothing is listed. And I'm like, I don't care. Whatever they give me, I don't care. So I pick a random knob to pull. It's the old put your quarters in style. You pull the knob out, and the pack of cigarettes come out. And you know what come out? Some Russian cigarettes called Belmore Canal. And I never seen them before. And I was like, what the fuck is this? What is this? So I didn't think nothing of it. I open the pack up. I take the thing out. It's a cardboard tube. And that was the cigarette. And it had just chunk tobacco in the cardboard tube. It had a piece of paper that made it look like a filter, even though there was no filter in it. And when you want to talk about the most like headache-inducing thing that you could smoke, so I used to take them to work, and any of the guys and the other guys at work, they would ask me for a cigarette. I'd be like, "Yeah, sure," and I'd reach in and give them a Belmore Canal. Like, what the fuck is this? Like,
yeah, there's
Russian cigarettes.
A weird off-brand name. You're like, no, not this one. I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, sure. I was just showing the dispensary deep.
Yeah. Navajo cigarettes.
I barely smoke weed anymore. I mean, I used to smoke cigarettes until I had an emergency room trip. Yeah, having a heart attack, and the doctor asked me, like, "Hey, how many cigarettes?" He didn't even he already knew I smoked cigarettes. He's like, "How many cigarettes do you smoke every day?" Because of my blood pressure and my heart rate and stuff like that. And I said, "I don't know, half a pack."
I had to quit smoking cigarettes.
And he's like, "Yeah, if you keep this up, you'll actually have a heart attack.
Yeah,
and it will kill you, and it's going to be more painful than what you experienced." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And cold turkey that day. Never smoked again.
I watched my die.
Let me share my screen here.
Go ahead.
It's associated with
Puerto Rico, right? What you're talking about?
Okay, here we go. Don't really need any sound for this, but yeah, I have hundreds more pictures. I just don't know. They're on my other hard drive, but the objective of what I was there to do was to help clean up this kind of stuff and make things safe, because they had a limited amount of electricians.
Gotcha.
And I was working for the Department of Veterans Affairs at the time, but I was volunteering under the umbrella of FEMA. And I'll tell you what, those people are incompetent.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Okay, so this is just one example. This is just on the side of the road. These are power lines that are down, telecommunication cables. And again, this is, Puerto Rico. That's how they pronounce it.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it's a port of riches, is what it
Yeah.
stands for. And again, beautiful, beautiful place. If it wasn't devastated by a fucking hurricane that
Yeah.
by the way, Puerto Rico it looks a little bit like a potato or a jelly bean, something like that. It's 30 miles like wide and 100 miles long. And I
That's
went
very
to
small, actually.
yeah, it's a pretty big but if you look at the path of the hurricane, it was like God just HARP navigated it all the way through the center for maximum damage.
Devastation.
Yeah, this all used to be like green and shit. Some of the vegetation, I guess, survived for whatever reason. I don't know. Again, these are just down power lines and shit like all of that. And this is part of what I did. We were there with forklifts and front end loaders and stuff like that, just moving all that shit off the side of the road. And yeah, roads collapsing all over the place, and eventually we cleaned this up as well. That was one of the health clinics, the VA health clinics, and this is a skate park. There was a generator I was working on. We had to fix this one, and yeah, this used to be a road. Not a road anymore.
No.
And
Got washed out. Yeah.
Little waterfall coming off the end of it, and the entire fucking thing it's gone. And I had multiple angles of this, and yeah, all because of a hurricane. Some of these pictures are taken on different days. I was there for 3 weeks, so
Nice. It did rain too while you were there too. After the hurricane, obviously.
oh, it rained every single day.
Nice.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like when I was in Thailand, it'll rain for 10 minutes, like super heavy, and then all of a sudden it's just super humid outside, and the sun comes back out, and it's like, welcome to sweating.
Yeah.
Like a hell
Welcome
on
to
earth.
sweaty time.
Yeah. So that's how Puerto Rico is. And I even asked the guys that they were born and raised there. I was like, do you guys ever get used to this? They're like, no.
Just sweaty and hot. It's like being in a sauna. You're just pouring out
It's just
sweat.
bamboo. Bamboo is, by the way, the tallest grass on Earth. A lot of people don't know that bamboo is actually a grass, but they have bamboo all over the place.
I have some grass in my house then.
And yeah, the places that got completely demolished, like even this place, it survived somehow. It's all the bamboo huts everyone has all over the place. They're gone. And I have some examples of that coming up here. Some of these are just taken out of the, front of the
Were you driving a Ford?
No, I was in the back seat.
Oh.
I didn't know where the fuck I was going. No. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's a military, a government vehicle. So
Yeah.
and
Go.
the windshield is cracked right there because a piece of bamboo came down off the side of the mountain or a hill and cracked the windshield. And
Like
that's outside someone's house. Imagine waking up to that.
I have actually. I lived through Hugo actually.
See all the vegetation just completely gone, and mind you, this was 2 weeks after the hurricane. So I wanted to be there like for the initial hurricane relief, but the training I had to do was extraordinarily difficult. And that was someone's house.
Used to be.
That's because you had to find bodies, right?
We found bodies. Yeah.
Well, the wife wants to know where you found the bodies, Ryan.
Where
That's what they train you to do, right? Is to find cadavers, right? That's what usually a cleanup crew
Well,
like
we
that
found
does.
them in some places. A lot of them were never recovered, but this is Andrew, not Ryan. I don't know who that is.
They teach you how-
That's
they
Ryan.
teach you how to make
Andrew.
stuff out.
Ryan, Andrew, Ryan.
Oh, okay.
Cookie.
It's
But
cooking.
yeah, this is just continuing on. I'm gonna speed through this a little bit faster. Yeah, it's just devastation. I'd never been in a hurricane. I've been in war 3 times, but war doesn't even look this bad. This is the wrath of, a hurricane.
Hugo actually came inland 200 miles, and it devastated the Piedmonts and the Carolinas. And I lived through that. It wasn't expected to do so. It turned into a whole bunch of miniature tornadoes, and it devastated lots of communities that weren't ready for it at all, like mine. It
This
ended
is
up
something
looking
else I
like
helped set up with the generator. This whole area, and there's just fucking iguanas walking around everywhere.
nice.
Yeah, don't pick those fuckers up because
No, don't.
Mauricio, he picked that thing up and it sliced his fucking arm open with its tail.
Oh yeah.
And I was
His
just like,
claws are
what are you doing? And here's something kind of funny coming up. Right here. This is not the best picture, but we drove by it a few times and finally I said, slow down. Let me get a better picture of this. So this is, they call this the spaceship, the UFO building. And you'll see it in just a second here.
Okay.
Okay. So this guy, whoever owns this, he custom built it himself. And there's a spaceman alien up
Nice.
there.
Scare the locals with it. I got him an alien.
Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, he's a wacko. A lot of people know him, but it's a pretty big house. It goes underground and shit too.
It made it through the storm. I see.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, tip my hat like that way.
Yeah.
Security camera over here, but yeah, it's got a little husband and wife situation, and oh, look at that, another island, and they say that island is about 10 miles away. That's what I remember.
Wow. Yeah.
And granted, we were at about 50 feet elevation, but
Oh, 50 feet.
shitty
That's a big
there. They're not all great. Another fucking. That's outside my hotel
Must have
room.
been a lot of refraction that day.
Yeah, it was.
That's outside my hotel room, like directly looking off the balcony. These fuckers better not get into here. But yeah, this is the last day I was there, and finally got to take pictures of the beach.
Nice beach. That's pristine. It's clean.
Oh yeah, this is right outside of San Juan. And some people were telling me that Donald Trump actually owns the hotel, and the entire time we were there, it was undergoing just massive renovations because of all the humidity. They were just ripping out the drywall just consistently. And this is what it looks like from the beach, looking at the hotel where we were us, FEMA, the FBI, and the U.S. Army and different contractors were all staying here at the same time. Like every hotel room was taken up. And yeah, it's very, very dangerous because of the swells and how fast it drops off if you know anything about the ocean. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this is like me. I'm like 4 or 5 miles from the hotel at this point, just going for a walk, and blah 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 blah. And this is really upsetting to me because when I said, "Hey guys," in the engineering department with electricians and HVAC, I said, "Hey guys, I'm going to buy everyone, some food." So we went. I said, "Hey, where's a place where we can get some pizza or something?" And they said, "Oh yeah, there's this one place." So we drive over there, and when I got out there, I was like, "What the fuck is with all these people here? Why are they all in line?" And they said, "Oh, they're in line for generators. This is a hardware shop, hardware store." And I was like, "Oh shit! This line was about a mile long."
Did everybody get a generator?
No,
didn't think so.
No, they sold out, but they were still in line. And they were there for water and for generators. And yeah, oh, look at this fucking thing. This is like one of those poles look at that thing. It was
rooted in the ground, dude.
Hurricane, took that thing out.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's almost over. Don't worry.
We're enjoying the view from here.
Yeah, some of them are not super great, but
yeah, so there's definitely a lot of massive devastation. There was hell storm stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the last one.
Yeah, nice. Well, thanks, Andrew. Appreciate that. Now I don't have to visit Puerto Rico to understand what it's like.
It's a beautiful, beautiful place, and there's some weird things that I noticed when I was over there. Is the species of animals that just run wild and people don't. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's an iguana." Like, it's like right in front of your car. Yeah. What do you have to do? Like, pick it up and move it because it's not going to fucking move. And then like the bird species and also the police over there, they drive with their not the sirens, but like the actual the lights, the rotating. They drive with those on all the time,
Just
so you
constant.
can identify them everywhere, and every single street sign is in Spanish and English. And people love, for whatever reason, Wendy's. People fucking love Wendy's over there for whatever reason. I don't know.
Dave makes a good burger. I'm telling you. That's all it is. It's just Dave. Well, I want to close her down. It's been about 2 hours. I just wanted to go over what they call reciprocating zenith angles. This is what they tout as geo surveying. And just I wanted to show this and just give you guys a look at what it is. This is actually how they get reciprocating zenith angles. They're just basically drawing a tangent from one place to another. They're false horizon, they might say. They don't take it down to level. You see where I'm saying? I see what I make that big. And that's just going to take me to another one. Let me bring it in bigger. Let's see. Anyways, but the straight line here, that's their horizon from a hilltop, and they automatically assume a curve in it without actually measuring it. That's how they get the reciprocating zenith angles. So this is what the geodetic surveyors do. They go over topographical planes to get zenith angles to places using topography, and
it doesn't work.
They draw a tangent, basically a tangent line for their horizon. Yeah, but they have to configure that back to a planar to get an area on the surface of the Earth. You can't do without a 90.
No.
Floating in the air. Anyways, anybody got any last things they want to say?
No, I think I'm good.
Not me.
I've been on for a while.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, you?
Cookie.
He's away from the mic. The wife called him.
I'm good, but thank you very much for having me on, Roger.
Anytime. You've been a pleasure so far. Thanks, Andrew. For sharing your photographs and everything.
Oh, I've got a lot more than that, but.
I wanted to share one more thing with everybody right quick. The Russian cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds even
more
worse.
Canals, oh, baby.
I got to get that up on screen for everybody to
That's
look
some
at.
fucking
Dipped in
Mongol cigarettes.
fucking gasoline.
Dude, they were the strongest thing ever. Anybody I gave that to was like, what the hell is this?
I don't know what to do. I got to open it back up.
I don't know if I pulled the handle and something fell out of the machine. I don't have a clue how long it had been in there either. I don't have a clue. I was like, what the F are these? Never seen.
Oh, somebody's trying to come in. Let's see who that is. Before I share this. That's Derek. Hey, Derek. Long time no see, sir.
Well, hello.
What's up?
How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
And you're just about to end it. So I thought I would stop in for a quick second.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Yeah, well, thank you. Hope you're all doing well.
We are.
Okay.
Anything you want to share with everybody else while you're here, since you hopped up here?
Well, I mean, since I heard you were about to end the stream, so yeah, I wanted to get a quick word in, and and like I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who I haven't really spoken to in 20 years, like just yesterday, and I was able to give him the drop on so much stuff. I think I blew his mind.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've had a few conversations like that in the past week with people, and they're like, they get triggered real fast if they disagree.
No, well, in this case, he's not triggered. It just takes time to absorb.
So he's in cognitus, basically. You're saying?
No. Like how should we say? Like he's anti-vax already, right?
That's good.
But he still thinks COVID is real.
Okay.
But we can prove that it's not.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, but I
Yeah,
don't want to go there, but I'm just kind of
Really?
trying to touch on some certain things where it's like when it comes to people, um, it's like, I mean, we're kind of like in, it's like, oh goodness, there's wheat amongst, or there's tares amongst wheat sort of thing, and it's spread out all over the earth in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And it's
So-
in every capacity everywhere. Whether you're poor or rich, like it's literally everywhere. Like
Do you
good
remember
and bad.
You remember Christ Barrel about when the farmer's sowing the seed, the ones that fall beside the wayside?
Yeah.
They have to make it, dude.
And no, so yeah, no, I like I know where, like, let's say Justin, I know where he's coming from. I really do. And let's just say he may be surprised that there's going to be a lot of people, like if times get worse, that there's going to be a lot of switches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that's
no, dude, it's like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Derek, I hope you got through to your friend in some capacity, because I mean, everybody has good in them. I think.
I don't have any friends. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I thought you were talking to somebody you were.
No, I'm just no. I just saw something I wanted to speak on real quick. You know, to try to like help out another brother.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's like I mean, it's like people in the military. Like, oh, you're on the take for the military, you know, where they're making all these foreign invasions or something like that. So, like, therefore, you're guilty. No, it's
not.
All right, hold up.
Well, let me give you some words of advice. Do not buy these. It's even got a map on the pack of cigarettes.
Right. The point is, it's like, you know, not everybody is like so guilty as some others.
You know, a lot of people are guilty by association too, aren't they?
Oh, right. No, right. That's the problem we face.
Yeah.
In so many ways. Like, oh, you know this person. You actually talk to them? Oh, my goodness. Oh, you disgust me.
Well, that's a you problem. If somebody I know.
Well, it's also something a person, like, I mean, if you believe in God and you're actually trying to search out discernment.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes along with it.
Yeah. Well, you discern who you associate with. I don't associate with everybody that comes into my streams too, but they're here, and I try to reach them with what I got. You know?
Right. You know, you do what you can with what you got.
Yeah. Well, you ready to get out of here, guys?
All right. Well, yeah. Take care, boys.
All right. Night, Derek. It was nice having you on. All right, I'm gonna play out with a song of some sort. And thanks for stopping by and watching our show. I hope you enjoyed it. D-Man, Ryan.
I'm sorry. Go out with that one that we were gonna play, but
the space thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get that up. We're not giving a nod to space here, ladies and gentlemen.
No. It's just a song.
It's a song. Artists have their own interpretation of things.
I haven't heard it in a long time until yesterday. And I was like, oh wow, I remember this.
Yeah. It was kind of weird, dude. It really was. Let's open her up. Failure.
Everybody.
You guys have a good night.